Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Subspace Developer Sync. Today, we are going to give a quick overview of everything that we're doing. Everybody's going to go around and give an update. Ozgun, if you would like to start off, please.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Since the last meeting, I was writing GPU article, and it's mostly finished. So if you want to review the draft, Jeremiah, we can do so. Other than that, the readmes and documentations of the slot 256189 is finished. We just merged it in with Nazar today. Other than that, I'm just exercising more Rust, and probably that will be all on my side. Any questions on any topics?
Do you have any PRs that are still being commented on, or have they all been merged in?
They all merged in. Today I also done one more, but since it became irrelevant due to the next upgrade of Nazar is preparing the upgrade step 11, we closed it. So nothing serious or important going on there.
Okay, let's wait till we get into the protocol sync, and then we can talk more about next steps.
Yeah.
Ozgun, but glad to hear that you're all caught up on everything.
Hope I'm not blocking anybody, and by the way, I'm not blocked by anyone. So if that's the situation, please tell me so, and that will be all from my side.
Cool. And when we get into the GPU discussion in the next meeting, let's talk about the progress with Todd, if we were able to get that working or not. Okay, Serge, you're up next.
Okay, hi. So I've been working on pilot feeds. I have added totals, total size per feed and total number of objects in the feed. And yeah, I created a PR. It was approved today, but there are some CI issues. I cannot merge it at the moment. Hopefully that will be resolved. And I've been working on another PR on multiple accounts. And yeah, so there was no issue with balance transfers, and it was my bad. So now we can transfer balance. However, I still cannot make a proxy account spend money from the master account. They are currently spending their own balances, and I will investigate more how to fix that if it's possible. And yeah, that's basically it on my side. Any questions?
Can you talk more about the CI issue?
I just posted on Discord. I think there are tests failing, and it's in my branch and also in the main branch.
There is already an issue on GitHub about this. It's a known issue. It just happens randomly because the test is probabilistic.
Okay. So I should rerun tasks,
If it
right?
fails with that error, yes, you just rerun it. It will pass most likely.
Okay, I will do that.
We can also tackle the issue, and there is some description about why it happens. We can try to fix it.
Yeah, I can try next.
Okay, that's more of a backlog task. I mean, it would be nice to have. I think we got more important things to do right now. And then for the proxy accounts, do you have any intuition as to why it's not working? Or the ability to spend?
Yeah, I thought that we need to fund these proxy accounts so they have existential balance and maybe include some extra for potential fees. But yeah, once I funded them, that it became clear, so they only spend their own balances, but master account balance is the same. So I don't know. I need to check more on proxy accounts, and yeah, hopefully I can investigate what was the issue.
Okay, so perhaps we have some sort of a misconception about how these proxy accounts actually work.
Well, in the description, they mentioned that they can have like balance transfer transfers, but yeah, for some reason it doesn't work now. But good thing we have multiple accounts now instead of one.
Right. Yeah, sure. We still needed that regardless. Okay, sounds good, Serge. Any questions, comments from the group for Serge? Okay, thank you. Serge, Justin, you're up next.
Awesome. So I've been working on getting the videos uploaded. Did get a little bit, that took a little bit more time last week than I anticipated. So due to that, I still need to write the update guide for the desktop farmer and get some issues submitted onto GitHub for the desktop farmer and things. Been investigating the Spartan testnet issues that Nazar discovered over the weekend. Main thing I've been investigating is why my status page didn't take it up. It basically said it was still online and then dropped the response time to 0 milliseconds and then never gave a down flag, so I never got notified from that side of things. So I'm trying to investigate that and figure out exactly why that didn't, why is that considered still up when it went down and everything, so that way we can have a more thorough response time on that moving forward, especially for Subspace v1. And excuse me. Beyond that, just continuing to try and learn some JavaScript as per your or get better at my JavaScript rather, as per your suggestion last week, Jeremiah, rather than focusing on Rust.
Okay, it sounds like you got a lot on your plate, Justin. I would like you to focus on the testnet issue because that's going to be the most important, especially as we go into Subspace v1 and we start to expand out participation in the testnet. I was a little bit concerned that we had to figure that out kind of manually. So let's try to figure out what the issue was there and maybe have some sort of a plan B that we have like a background check or something that we do manually once a week or once every couple of days to make sure that we do have block production occurring. And I had a question. I thought that we had the DigitalOcean droplet and that you were running a node, like a persistent node from your house through the Honest node, or maybe it was the Grinder node that I sent you.
Yeah, so it looks like my cats decided to turn that off over the weekend, so that decided to fight me a little bit. So working on getting that resolved as well.
That's
Okay.
an unfortunate combination that my node was offline and yours was offline and DigitalOcean didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll definitely make that my priority because obviously we need to lock that down.
Okay. Any questions for Justin? All right, thank you, Justin. Okay, Leo, you're up next.
Hi guys. From the last few days, and I think that from the last call, I have been working in the relayer front end, and I had this first version running with the last Serge updates. You can see an image of it in Notion. Actually, I have updated the current status of the app, and today I will be doing some changes requested by Jeremiah in terms of styles and labels. But I think right now it's actually working with, like I said, up to the commit where you Serge added the totals in the backend. So it's now showing the fullest status of every parachain. And I think that after that I will be working in Subspace, but I wanted to close this today, adding a couple of things like linters and a couple of tests in there. And yeah, that's about the relayer app. And like I said, I has been in that like last few days. So from the last week, that's my only updates. Don't know if you have any question about that.
Okay, thanks, Leo. Yeah, that's great progress on the relayer front end. Really happy with the way that's looking, and looking forward to the demo here shortly. Tomorrow,
I tried to follow the Diana actually CSS guidelines, and all all that interface had included the Diana CSS recommendations in terms of font and colors and everything. And actually, in there is a CSS that is compiled with Sass. And as I follow what Diana guideline, is like a basic CSS for any project that will use these styles actually. So it's something to work for the front end.
Great. Yeah, I know you guys are coordinating a lot on getting the Figma and the CSS and everything aligned. So that's I'm glad to hear that. And tomorrow we can review the progress on that in more detail and give you some feedback on final touches. And we can also talk about Subspace JS, because that is actually the next biggest priority. We're starting to get this very, very basic developer API or SDK for storage working. Okay.
Yeah, I will be working on that actually after this. So tomorrow we can have some updates on Subspace JS.
Great. Okay, Nazar, you're up next.
Yeah, two big things I worked on. I've added CI and fixes for cross-platform support. So now every commit is checked against macOS, Windows, and Linux on CI. And for Windows and Linux, we actually compile the CUDA version. So we are somewhat certain that it will actually work. Also fixed support for M1 processor on Mac and in other things. So I'm pretty confident in what we are building right now. And the only, but there is a problem with that, is that CUDA, like toolchain installation, takes quite a while, especially on Windows. So our CI times are now up to 1 hour roughly, from about 40 minutes previously. I'm not sure we can do much about that, but this is quite annoying, honestly. Other than that, I was working on basically finishing upgrade from Spartan to Subspace. There is a pull request where actual Subspace is implemented. There is still one issue that I'm trying to trace down that happens at a certain point. I was trying to accelerate block production like 10 times, and it didn't crash at the same point, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there. But once I trace down that bug, we should have initial version of Subspace protocol running, both on farmer side and the node side and everything. And from there, we'll just do upgrades, quality of life stuff.
Awesome. That's very exciting to hear, Nazar. And I did spend a lot of time going through that PR last night, but I know you're going to cover that in the next meeting in more detail. Any questions for Nazar from the group? Okay, great. Okay, so on my side, I have been just reviewing the PRs, trying to keep up to date with everything. I've been doing some additional planning for the engineering offsite in Barcelona, which is coming up very quickly. I know that Courtney has been doing a lot of work in preparing on the social side of that. So thanks everybody for your feedback. I think he's going to have a plan locked in the next few days. I'm planning to also have a more solid agenda locked in the next few days as well on the engineering side, and we can probably discuss that on the next call in a little bit more detail. And then just a quick spoiler, one thing that I have been making a lot of progress on as well is a conceptual design for sharding, for horizontal scaling, and it's actually pretty cool. But there's a few little bugs I'm still trying to work out. I'll probably be talking to Nazar about it first, but I think we're gonna get to have a brief discussion about that at the offsite. It's gonna be a pretty cool upgrade to the protocol. Okay, any questions for me?
No, I just have a general comment, if I can.
Go ahead, yeah.
So on our pull request, there is like a tendency lately that we are, instead of making one huge commit, we are doing a lot of small commits. And I just try to encourage like everyone to to review yourself before you submit pull request. So when you click a button, create pull request, you'll actually see the preview. And just try to scroll through the preview and see what it looks like. If there are like typos, or if there is a change, like a new line that you didn't intend to add, or something is off, just try to review yourself first. And then when you see that everything looks fine, then you can submit pull request. Because sometimes it's just annoying to go through like some really basic stuff that you can spot yourself. This is like the best approach to review yourself first and then submit for others. And try like to squash different things if they don't quite make sense to be separate eventually. That will speed up things significantly, I think, for everyone.
Yeah, agreed. It is tedious to review some of those. Any questions on that? Does anyone else have any general comments or questions for the group? Okay, thank you, everybody.